So there's a couple things that I have to say about this. Pretty in Pink and Godzilla all mixed together.
So dumb.
It's kind of interesting.
It is.
We review it Wednesday.
I don't get it.
No.
But I don't have to, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
I get changing the color in the aspect of you can only have so many different designs of Godzilla.
Right.
To make it unique to a movie. And I was like, all right, let's make it pink, I guess.
I mean, he was massively supercharged, and to me it seemed like he was kind of more of a wimp.
Yeah. Don't tell that to his face or her face or whatever this creature. I don't even know where to go.
But the other thing I want to say is Empire. What's with empires lately? Frozen Empire, the new Empire. Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's not new.
We went a little too far back. What? It didn't even feel like an empire.
No, it really didn't. It was kind of weird. I guess I'm not sure I understand a lot of what they were trying to do there. I think to me it would have been a lot better if they would have sort of explained the whole human aspect in it and then left the humans out of it, sort of.
Which I thought was what they were going to do. And so the other aspect that would have made sense to me is it's called the New Empire. They could have called it the Old Empire and talked about the tribe that was weirdly in the center of the universe.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense to me as a title than new, because there was nothing new going on.
I gotta say, though, Mikhail was my favorite.
Yeah?
Trapper was my second.
Yeah?
For humans.
Yeah. I thought it was just going to be Godzilla beating up Kong this whole time. Or Godzilla and Kong beating up other things.
Right. And are they... I don't know. So you said something about universe.
Yes. This is a universe, apparently. Did you know that?
They've been making this universe for quite a while.
But so to me, there's a bunch of Godzilla films.
Yeah, way
There's
back,
a bunch of Kong films.
Yeah.
And I didn't know there was this entity that were these series of films that were more tied together rather than just repeat adaptations of old IPs.
Right, and we're going to talk about Skull Island,
yep,
which was sort of, I believe, the beginning of this universe.
Right.
More or less. Well, actually, probably the Godzilla one back in... Yeah, I was... So, what we like to do is we want to just focus on the one movie.
Right.
Not like the
as
universe.
As much as our minuscule minds can have the attention span for one film without going over to the other films.
Right. And so I started looking at some of that stuff and reading about it, and I was just like, I'm gonna stick to the one.
Yes.
Right? Like, it's just too much.
It is.
And it's frustrating.
It is.
It's like Attack of the Clones and the Clone Wars.
Oh my gosh. It's like we're tying in everything we're going to talk about today into one segment.
Is it strategic or what?
I don't know. Don't ask me those questions.
And then I thought it would be pretty cool that Kong would have this mechanical fist,
super arm,
right? Yeah. But I mean, that's so like Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
So 2013.
They didn't do anything interesting with the arm. It was basically, we just fixed the arm because it was frostbite.
Yeah, we did this prototype and it was in development and it was basically done, and then we got the
what I would have loved to see that fist just shoot out of his arm.
Yeah,
that would have been so cool. And come back. They could have done that.
They could have.
And it would have been a new empire. Instead, we're stuck in the old.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on Godzilla and Kong films in general? Like
together?
Not together, just like the monster unit, like not monster because that's a whole different thing with mummies and whatever. But like King Kong movies, Godzilla movies, the Titan films.
Like, are we talking way back, old 50s type?
Well, any of these films, because they've been remaking these types of films.
Yeah, since like forever.
Forever, and there's usually
Godzilla specific.
There's usually a new Godzilla film every year, if not every other year.
Well, it's more than that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
'cause
but I mean,
Japanese
it's
just
more
roll them out.
distance.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
but there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So when they're trying to do this whole universe stuff, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Okay.
I think that I try to do this personally because I just love the experience of watching movies. I love going to the theater, especially the good ones. CMX, shout out to you guys in Rochester. You guys are the best in the city. I'm not getting paid for that.
No, you're not.
I just really they just really are. They do a good job.
Yeah.
Their
Fresh
theater is
popcorn.
more consistently cleaner than the others.
They got
Stuff like
stars
that. So,
in their lobby.
something like that.
They do, don't they? Don't they have like the little lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I digress. So the experience for me is so important.
Yeah.
And when you go there to be entertained, let's be entertained.
Yeah.
Like even the James Bond movies, which I'm a huge fan of, they run them for 10 years with one of the actors,
Yep.
and it's a whole different reboot.
Yeah.
It's not a whole universe,
Right.
and they're trying to carry it on for a million years.
They
and
understand what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're not perfect
Right.
by any stretch.
No.
But their
Especially when you
purpose...
compare it to Austin Powers.
Exactly. But they're really specific on what they are.
Yeah.
Right? They're not trying to fool themselves.
Yeah.
So
And
I
they do
like
a good
that.
job of every time they reboot it. To me, what they do well is each actor has a very good aesthetic, and they know what aesthetic they want for each Bond. And it usually is a little bit different, which is what I usually enjoy out of the James Bonds.
Yeah. Roger Moore was a lot more comedic,
Yeah.
than like Sean Connery.
Right.
And so
Exactly.
anyway,
Yeah.
it was just very So when you have this kind of stuff and they're trying to navigate that without someone at the helm
Yeah.
from back here to the end,
Yeah.
like they're saying, like Marvel did have at the beginning, they did a pretty good job of
keeping it
phase
tight.
1, phase 2. This is where we're at.
Yeah.
Now they've really lost it. They really have lost their way.
Yep.
So when you have something like this, I mean, Godzilla is 70 years old. King Kong was back in the 30s.
Yeah.
So
Who knows how old he was then, even.
But what I'm saying is movies.
Right.
They-
Right. Yeah.
Godzilla is
yeah.
70.
I see what you're saying.
And stuff like that. So you can't do that then. Like, so let's say, okay, for 10 years, we're going to do this universe, and then here's where we want to begin. Here's where we want to end.
Yep.
And then we're letting it go.
And the other hard part that's different about these films,
If that makes any sense, I guess.
it does. James Bond, you have specific actors that look very different,
Yeah.
and they act differently because they're different people. Versus, you got monsters who they make noises. Like that's
Right.
what they do, and so
Kind of like me, just
Yeah.
make noises. There's no thought to it.
yeah. So really, to adapt these characters differently is all in the animation, CGI, and maybe the vision of the film. But otherwise, they're going to be pretty consistent.
Right, exactly. You all you have to do is tell the story then.
Right.
And make it a good freaking story.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of bugs just coming out of the woodwork
We sure
literally
do.
today because of the weather turning so nice.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I agree.
By the way.
So it's going to get a
A
little
little
too warm.
sidebar.
Where I was going with when I asked, do you like Godzilla and Kong? These are not typically my first choice films. Of like, if a Godzilla movie's out,
Yeah.
it's fun to go watch, I guess, if we're going to review and kind of look in that aspect. But this is probably a film I probably would have never watched unless we were looking for films to review.
Right. But I think it's important to do that
No, I agree.
because a film like this, because it is pretty popular.
Somehow. don't know how
Yeah,
that
I
happened.
agree. I mean, as we're recording this, it's done 380 million.
Yeah, with the budget
in the box office
of like
So,
183, right? Or 185.
they don't have it nailed down. They say about a maximum of 150.
Okay.
And they did a good job on the CGI.
They did.
I think that was very clean.
Yeah. The different worlds, we'll get it down to it a little bit more. The different levels were also very unique, and it was enjoyable to see.
Yeah. I'm just going to shoot this right out of the gate. I said it a minute ago. Mikhail is my favorite.
Yeah.
You know, as his character, Alex Ferns. Brian Tyree Henry as Bernie Hayes is also, he's my second. Trapper's probably my third in the film.
Yeah.
You know, the little girl I thought did terrible. I mean,
It was so weird.
It was.
Well, I talked about the scene where it was just basically a car commercial.
Yeah.
That was so strange.
It was.
It threw me out of the film
I know.
so hard of, okay, it's time to get in the car.
Right.
It's just parked on a lot of grass.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
You're at a school. There has
Yeah.
to be a parking spot.
You're at a school getting reprimanded.
Yeah.
For and you're parked in the grass.
Yeah.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
I bought that. Not the car though.
No. We got a minivan, by the way.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. It's going to be the Dogmobile.
The Dogmobile.
It's going to be like the Dumb and Dumber. If I had the chance to make some decal choices on it, it would be the Dumb and Dumber little Dogmobile.
That
thing.
would be fun.
It would be
I can
fun.
set you up.
Yeah.
I know
Megan,
people.
I don't think wants to go that obvious.
Okay. I know people.
Sounds good.
Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
Trapper was fun. I liked Mikkel. I was sad that he
Spoiler
died
alert.
so early.
Spoiler
Spoiler.
alert.
Spoiler. Sorry. Spoiler.
Yeah,
Spoiler. Some people die in this film.
they do.
Not enough, but some do.
I did like the way he died, though.
Yeah.
That was funny.
It was.
But you saw it coming, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was such a mile away. Oh, let me go with my gut feeling versus, oh yeah, like I had the equipment to be prepared in this area. Still gets eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Cocky, arrogant. But, you know, that was fun. I will say, though, I'm still trying to figure out why there were really humans in there.
Yeah, there was no
too
necessity.
much. There was real, it wasn't.
The humans
wasn't congruent
wouldn't
at
have
all.
changed the outcome. It's like the idea of Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It would have had the same outcome with or without Indiana Jones.
Right.
This movie would have had probably the same outcome with or without the humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
The humans, in some of the cases, just confused the story more,
Yeah.
in my opinion. They needed a little bit of it, but anyway. So the way the actors went, and as we call it, the actor chemistry, I was very, very disappointed in, and this is a 2.9.
Yeah. And here's the thing: is Gia was supposed to be the main focus point, and to me, she was the worst character in this film.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. Leave her out of it. Do some exploration without her into Middle Earth. I was expecting Middle Earth to somehow get put into this film because they kept going deeper into different worlds.
Right.
And like you said, yeah, take the actors out of this. It would have been a more interesting film. It would have been very different, and I think it would have taken time for me to mentally adapt without, they wouldn't have been speaking English because it would have just been the monsters. But I think it would have been interesting still.
Yeah, but you could have had 90 minutes of monsters.
That's right.
Instead of 2 hours of what they had.
Yeah.
And it would have been a much better film.
Yeah.
So.
Like, why did King Kong randomly have a tooth cavity that they had to pull out?
Yeah, I mean, to humanize him.
Yeah.
And that's which is weird too.
Yeah.
Again, there's a few of those things in there too, and with Monarch and whatever. But
I gave it 2.7. It
Okay.
was not great. Just take them out, and yeah. Let's look at King Kong and Godzilla. Luckily, not making love and hanky panky.
it's true.
Oh, and what about
That would have been weird.
that would have been very What do you think of the villain King Kong ape thing
Well,
and the weird little ice lizard?
I would say that they seemed somewhat powerless
Yeah.
in comparison to the way Kong and Godzilla are supposed to be.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, that magic crystal changed things. I don't know. It seemed very weird. So they kind of made them feel and look smaller than they technically were.
Right.
Clearly on purpose.
Yeah.
But still didn't seem to make it. Just didn't connect.
You know what
with
I
me.
would have wished? They showed Godzilla getting basically the first half of the film. I did like him sleeping in the Coliseum. That was
That was
adorable.
yeah.
But I wish they would have shown Godzilla fail at some sort of fight at the beginning, which would have made more sense for him having to do this whole power-up scene
Right.
to get to the end of like, yes, I need to be at full power to be able to take care of this ice dragon thing.
And it seemed like an afterthought that they had to explain it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They did.
They added it in, and it was like, oh wait,
This is the most.
that was a
nuclear-filled
post-production,
land.
right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Because they could have had what they could have done, and it would have been interesting. And I know that the stupid ice lizard was being controlled by the weird little whiplash monkey character. But if that character would have gotten out of Middle Earth or whatever the place is called, Hollow Earth, would have gone out
Something like
to
that.
Earth, and Godzilla had a hard time fighting him, but somehow got him to retreat back into a Hollow Earth. Now Godzilla has to recharge because it isn't just the ice lizard, it's this weird monkey character as well.
yeah,
That would have made more sense of like, oh, here's the reason why Godzilla is now going to fuel up, and maybe why we have to get Kong to pair with Godzilla. And they could have still had Kong go down and face the monkey character and lose
right,
without the ice lizard queen down there.
right.
Yeah. That's all my communication major skills put into one for me to explain who these characters are.
Good character summary.
Yeah, that's right.
Or
Yeah,
plot.
here's
plot character.
the new segment that
way-
we need to keep talking about, how they could have made the movie better.
Right.
That
exactly.
is what they could have done.
No one cares.
That's right.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyone that follows the loyal, thank you for you loyal people. We appreciate you. There's probably about 20 people that are just massively loyal.
Yeah.
And then there's about 50 or 60 that
Let's step up there.
are
Gabe.
there every now and then. We got to get better.
Let's just call people out.
And then there's about 300 on... Anyway, no.
Cinematography.
I'm just messing around now.
Cinematography.
It was good.
It was.
CGI was good.
Yep.
Locations that they went to, they made them what they needed to. The vibrant areas, they made vibrant. They made... I really enjoyed the cinematography in this. Yeah. And so I'm not going to really say much more than that.
Okay.
I'll let you talk about that one. I might answer some of you, retort. But this was good for a monster film. This is a solid 4.2.
Yeah.
Cinematography.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything different in the designs of these characters. Godzilla looks like Godzilla. You could see the fur on Kong, which is a weird statement, but that takes a lot of work to do to make that.
Oh, and it
look,
would flow.
And it would flow.
Mm-hmm.
You got weird little baby Kong, which we didn't even talk about yet.
I know. I don't, because it wasn't
stupid.
good.
Yeah, unnecessary character.
Well, it was necessary, I think, but it wasn't done well. It
No.
wasn't, the baby Kong wasn't cute.
No.
It was just, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. And all the different worlds were neat. I'm happy that they spent a lot of time Again, I didn't realize this universe. I mean, there's Godzilla versus Kong, which I'm assuming is the one before this.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that film ever.
I did watch it, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that film was. Because there's a whole lot of, for me, this context that
Sure.
set up this film that
Sure.
it took me a long time. This film, if you haven't, this is from my experience, not watching the other films. There's going to be times in which you don't understand. They assume you understand these characters.
Right.
Which maybe that's on me of just understanding what this film is. But also, to me, they could have done a better job explaining. That has nothing to do with cinematography. So yeah, I like the world that they went into. I like the nice little pyramid. I don't fully understand why the anti-gravity thing happened, because it didn't really seem to have any effect on the whole fighting scene anyway, besides getting unique situations in.
Yeah.
Which again were fun to see. So yeah, I gave it a 4-1. The cinematography was really good. It's fun to watch. Maybe this is a film that you just turn off the sound and watch.
That's a good point, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could totally shut the... Yeah,
You know,
I like that.
You know, for like 4th of, or like the Christmas, you have the Yuletide log.
Yeah.
4th of July, King Kong. This is what America's about. This battling of monkeys and Godzilla creatures.
So this website, Polygon.com, says the best way to watch them is Kong, Skull Island,
Oh.
Godzilla, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong, and then this new one.
Huh. That's a lot of movies that I did not know about.
And those would be the most recent. So
Yeah.
we've seen Skull Island. I don't think I've seen Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. I'm not positive though.
The trailers always
it.
look super interesting because these type of films, because of the cinematography, you can get some cool action shots and cool fights for trailers. But then it's whole execution of a full film.
Right.
Because watching Skull Island, I'd be very curious because I don't know how Kong got into Hollowworth to begin with, or how Hollowworth even got discovered. Because they don't do that, which makes sense. And I was happy that they didn't do that in Kong Skull Island. But maybe we'll review the other one so I can watch all the films at some point. I think we've talked about quite frequently about certain films need to be certain lengths.
Yes.
These films, hour and a half.
Totally.
That would be my expectation.
Fast hour and a half. Bam, bam, bam. Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. That's what I want to see too. Let's butt heads.
Yep.
I don't need to understand Kong's motives. I don't need to understand Godzilla's motives. Do a quick, you can even do lazily written. I don't care. Of like, oh, a ladybug just ran into Godzilla's eye and now he's angry and pissed off. Kong has now have to go fight Godzilla to take care of his eye. Fine.
Right.
That's fine by me. As long as they're
A
fighting.
lot of destruction, loud bang, fight scenes.
Yep. Destructions that get fixed by means that I have no clue. So yeah, it was a 3-0.
Yeah. I actually was a 2-9.
Okay.
On Well Entertainment. I don't want to watch it again.
No.
I just don't. Period. And I'm probably giving it a higher score than I should. But that's where it's at for me.
Yeah.
Just, like you say, 90 minutes of go.
Yeah.
And let's go!
Know what this film is.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to make it too many things that it's just never going to be.
And that's probably the issue with this whole universe building with these movies, is they feel like they have to attach this backstory. They're going to have to attach these, little seeds, so that way you can get future movies in the future.
Yep.
Don't care. Do
Right.
not care.
Right.
You could,
Or if they're going to do it, like we talked about earlier, do it right from the beginning
yeah,
and like 10-year plan.
that's right.
Boom.
We're there.
Yeah. So
Well,
and
was
we're there.
that 10 years with King's Kong Island? Because that was 2017. Was it? No, that had to be earlier. When was...
Skull Island would have been earlier than that. I didn't look it up yet here.
Skull Island.
Nope, I don't have it.
Yeah, 2017.
That's all?
Yeah.
Boy, it seems like it was longer. go than that.
That's crazy. So they must be getting these movies out like every year.
Yeah.
That's like the movies you listed was 5 or 6.
Yeah, I've clicked off of it now.
But
So
because you got a Kong movie, you got a Godzilla movie, you got a weird monster movie, you got Godzilla plus versus, and then you got this film. So that's 5. Yeah, it's so normal.
and then the
count.
Monarch one.
Oh yeah, Monarch 6.
So yeah.
6
Yeah,
films.
there we
That's
go.
one a year. Too much. There we go.
Yeah, it seems.
Tell us how we're wrong. I really want to hear someone to tell us. You know what? You guys are idiots.
Well, we hear that quite a bit.
Do we
but
really?
On here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. We should.
Do we get
probably
comments
hear that.
about we're idiots?
Oh, we have. Yes, absolutely.
All right.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
I like being an idiot.
I don't get told. That's why I don't. Maybe just because I'm the more emotional
Dude,
one,
you don't even
I'm
like it or
blinded.
share it.
I know. That's fair. That's fair. All right.
How are you gonna?
Shots fired.
How are you gonna see the comments, man?
Fair. That's right. All right. But if you want to be on like me, and you should be, because you can do so much better than what I am. Like and subscribe.
Comments and email.
See, I wouldn't have access to the email no matter what.
Well, that's true, but
And you can send those at legitq@maddysmoviemix.com.
peace. Hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bells, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us. We appreciate it.